today at Hotel Football here in Manchester for a very emotional and exciting announcement on Anthony Crolla. Around November last year, I remember having a meeting with Anthony and Joe and giving them the unbelievable news that we'd secured a fight for Anthony against Richard Averill for the WBA lightweight title. It was good times. It was very exciting. I remember Anthony's face. He was delighted to get that shot on January the 23rd at the Manchester Arena against the WBA champion. Probably around a month later, I think it was the day after the Amir Khan fight, I was in America and I got a text from Joe Gallagher to say that Anthony had been attacked by burglars and that he'd fractured his skull and broken his ankle. Couldn't believe it. It was such a crushing blow. Everybody had worked so hard, of course, Anthony over so many years to get that world title shot, and it was cruelly taken away from him through an act of bravery that most people wouldn't even consider. And that's the type of person that Anthony is. Over these past couple of months, he's been working so hard, getting back from injury, getting full clearance from the doctors, and it's been a real tough road for him. He's an inspirational character, and I promised him that once he returned to full fitness, that we'd get him his shot. So today we're here, and I'm absolutely delighted to announce that Anthony Crolla will fight Darleys Perez for the WBA lightweight title on July the 18th at the Manchester Arena. It's a huge card. We announced yesterday Scott Quigg will fight Kiko Martinez for the WBA super bantamweight title. Anthony Joshua, the Olympic champion, on the bill. Chris Jenkins will fight Tyrone Nurse for the British light welterweight title. And also delighted to announce today that our rising star, Sam Eggington, will fight Glenn Foote for the British welterweight title. I think it's one of the best bills that Manchester's seen for a long time, and I've got to tell you, I'm so proud and emotional to deliver this shot for Anthony Crolla. Anthony, over to you.
Yeah, we've had to keep it a secret now for the past week or so, and it's been hard to keep. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for turning up. It means an awful lot to me. But yeah, this world title shot's come again. We've been here before, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I've got to thank this man to the right of me. He did promise me once to come back to full fitness to get me that world title shot. I spoke to his dad, and he said the same, and he's been a man of his word, and he's done that. And Joe, we've worked so hard, and it's a great night for him as well that night, with obviously with Scott Quigg and also all the fighters on the bill, from our, not just from our gym, but from all around the city. And like I say, it's a great bill. It's got Sam over there, there's champions on it, and I'm just happy to be a part of it, play a big part in that bill. I think I've said this before at a few press conferences, but every time I fight at that arena, and that's the arena where I grew up, getting pocket money, to save up pocket money to go and watch our champions, Ricky Hatton, Michael Broder, and to fight for a world title that night, it's something that's special to me, and the support I've had from this city, I cannot thank them enough. And I think the best way to thank him is to go out there July the 18th and win a world title, and that's what I believe he'll do, and I'll give absolutely everything he have to make sure that happens.
Joe, obviously, you know, a fighter you've been very close to for a number of years. Been a long road for you as well, with the the recovery from the injury, and firstly a proud moment, and then obviously a huge fight on July the 18th.
Yeah, extremely proud today. Like just to echo Anthony's sentiments there. Huge thank you to Matchroom Sport, yourself, Sky TV, for giving Anthony Crolla a chance to fulfil every young kid's dream when they turn professional, and that's to fight for a world title. Everyone knows the story. It was cruelly took away from him in December. I'd like to thank all the staff at Oldham Hospital, the neurosurgeon, the ankle specialist, and the people close to us. Martin Cullen is doing a great job bringing Anthony back, developing on his strength again, and it's got to be a huge night. Ironically, it's 10 years this next month when Ricky Hatton won the world title against Costa Tazou at their opponent's View Arena. No other Manchester lad has fought for a world title at that arena until now. Anthony Crolla will, and who's not to say lightning will strike twice in the same place. It's got to be a great night. The support in Manchester is unbelievable for this kid. Last time Anthony fought at the arena, he had the city divided. Obviously, one side was red, one side was blue. But from the support Anthony's had from his misfortunate accident, the city's united in this. And I urge everyone to come out on the night And let's have that great 10 years ago Ricky Hatton moment when he beat Costa Tazoo and get behind Anthony Crolla and cheer him on to becoming a world champion. And thank you once again for all the support, and for everyone that's turned out here today, thank you once again.
Thanks, Joe. We're going to get the emotional stuff out of the way. That's all done now. And Joe, how are we going to bash this geezer up, Darleys? Tell us about the fight. Now we've got the emotional stuff, right? That's over. Now we're going to win this world title. So, Joe, tell us a bit more about the fight. We know Richard Abril was the original opponent back in January. Brilliant fighter, and Darleys Perez right up there as well, top fighter.
Yeah, listen, I wish it was Richard Abril. It seems now he would have been the easier fight than Darleys Perez. Darleys Perez, a good fighter. Someone mentioned me today, Falcao, who plays for Manchester United, is related to him. I don't know whether there's truth in that, but we'll have to make sure they're banned from the gym, that they don't send any insight back. No, but listen, it's a tough fight, Darleys Perez. A very good fighter, hard puncher. And one of people say in America, one of the rising stars and world champions, one of the hot world champions at the moment. It's a harder task than original fighting Richard Abril. Anthony, as always, has gone into fights not expecting to win. And the way the wheels of the world work sometimes, you just think on that night, as people's going to be smiling down on Anthony Crolla. And I think with the fans and the support, I know it's an old cliche when football fans, that the fans are the 12th player, but the crowd is usually important for Anthony Crolla on the night. And we want to make that a right fair pit of an atmosphere for Perez when he comes in there. He's fighting abroad, he hasn't been on the road much. Get him over here and, like I say, set about doing a good job on the night. Tactically wise, got my work cut out here. He's a very good fighter, he can punch with either hand, boxing the back foot, very sharp counter puncher, goes to the body. I'm making him sound as though he's the next coming of Mike Tyson, but he is an unbelievable fighter. And Anthony wins Saturday night, he'll be a fully well-deserved proper world champion. And like I say, hopefully we can go in there and do a job. I'm 100% confident. Anthony's cruelly had it tucked so close to away to him. He's been back training, and he's training as though he's brand new to the sport, and no stone will be unturned for Anthony Crolla going into this fight. And I'm so excited, I can't wait. Training, he trained well this morning, him and Scott Quick are flying. Not only that though, Anthony mentioned before, he was a child, came watching Ricky Hatton, Michael Brody, Carl Thompson at the arena, and he was coming on the undercard watching them, as well as Anthony Crolla and Scott Quick. We've got local kids on it, Marcus Morrison, rising star from the Hattersley estate, obviously famous for Ricky Hatton, Jose Burton, another Manchester kid, he'll be on the bill. So as well as Scott Quigg and Anthony Crolla, we've got the next generation of kids who are looking up to Anthony Crolla and Scott Quigg at the moment, they'll be on the bill as well.
Got a busy night.
Just to say the least.
Anthony, finally, obviously everything you've been through, what would it mean to you to become world champion in Manchester on July the 18th?
I can't really put it into words, it'd be a dream come true, Eddie, and like I said, very few people get to live the dream, but that's exactly what I'll be doing on July the 18th, and I want to make sure there's an happy ending to it on July the 18th, and I honestly really believe it's meant to be, and I'll be a new world champion that night.
Well, Anthony, as everybody in this room knows, you are definitely the nicest man in British boxing. That doesn't necessarily win you world titles, but I believe you're going to do the business and become world champion on July the 18th. Fate has a funny way of playing out, and what a night it will be in Manchester if Anthony Crolla can capture that world title. So we want to thank everybody from this great city for their support. Like I said, we've created a card that I believe is the strongest card Manchester's seen for many, many years. Get behind Anthony Crolla, get behind Scott Quigg in a massive world super bantamweight clash, Anthony Joshua, Sam Eggington for the British title, Tyrone Nurse against Chris Jenkins for the British title, and a whole host of other Manchester fighters. So thank you so much for coming out today, and we're delighted that Anthony Crolla will get his shot at the world title. Thank you very much.
I saw it.